Hey folks, welcome back to the Play School. If you haven't met me before, my name's Phil. I've got another piano tutorial for you today. Now it's December, and so I figured why not do another couple of holidays / Christmas tunes. And this one is a cracker. It's Last Christmas by the fantastic Wham. Now, this is a great track, great sing-along track. And in great news for us, it is really, really simple in its essence, okay? So as usual, I want you to print out your chord sheet from below. I'm going to take you through all the chords and the structure and a couple of rhythm things. And at the end, I've got some extra jazz to make it sound even more like the record. So let's go. Right, so this song is in the key of D, which is going to be D and F sharp and C sharp up to D. So just two black notes, F sharp and C sharp. And at the risk of getting myself into trouble again, I'm fairly sure those are all the notes we're going to use. Because, and this is the fantastic bit, we have literally got 1, 2, 3, 4 chords to learn. And they're going to happen, fundamentally they're going to happen in the same order all the way through this track. Okay, so let's start. Our first chord. We're going to start in the verse. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the fundamental chords, the underlying chord harmony of this piece. And then I'm going to give you a couple of things you can do to develop it, and you can decide exactly how awesome you want it to be. Okay, so our first chord is a D. Let's take D here, D, skip E, play F sharp, skip G, play A, to give us D major. We're going to invert this once to there, and then we're going to take the bottom to the top again, invert it to there. And there is your first chord. It's a D major. Now our second chord is a B minor. This occurs naturally in the D major scale. It's B, skip C sharp, play D, skip E, play F sharp. And that gives us our root position chord. And you probably just noticed we were there, so we're going to go to here. Okay. And now our third chord is E minor. And E minor, again, naturally occurring, E, skip F sharp, play G, skip A, play B. You've got E, G, and B. Now, we had our thumb on the B for B minor. And what we're going to do here is just a kind of expand move away from our thumb, which remains on the B. So we're going to go from B minor, and we're going to take, like, if you're doing 1, 2, and your ring finger, with a B minor, your other two fingers are actually over the notes that you need to play. So there's your E minor, E, G, B. Now, the last chord, the one that takes us back round into the D, is an A major. In some circumstances, I might tell you to kind of pivot to this, but what I want to do, I'm trying to get us back to the position we started in. So this one we shall take again in root position. A, skip B, play C sharp, skip D, play E. Because then from here, to get back to our D, we can just expand our hand away. Thumb up to B for B minor. Expand away for your E minor. And then just a little hop down to a root position, evenly spaced, A. Those are your chords, right? Let's take this. We enter with the intro, which I'm going to talk to you about in the extra jazz at the end. Those are the underlying chords of the intro, but there's some variations we can throw in. But let's just pick it up from the first thing that happens, which is like a double chorus, right? And we're going to go, last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Now, what are we going to do with the rhythm? Because that's obviously a little slow, right? Now, this has actually got a kind of, it's just a bit of a weird rhythm to try and replicate on the piano. So what we're going to do is start with the bass line, which, if you listen to the record, kind of goes ding 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 ding. Okay, it's kind of on an eighth note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, it's difficult for us to kind of get that feeling, having forward momentum on the piano. So what I want to suggest is that we're going to double. And it gives us that 8th note momentum without being too like, bah, 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 bah. Okay? So it's going to sound like, last Christmas you gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, differences, maybe every measure to someone special. 3, last Christmas you gave me my heart. Maybe a bit of syncopation. As long as you keep that 8th note rhythm with your left hand. Give it to someone special. Once bitten. And then the great thing here is when you get to your verse, you can, it's exactly the same chords, right? Once bitten, twice shy. I keep my distance, and still you catch my eye. Recognize me, well, it's been a hell. And that, last Christmas, is your whole song, right? Even the interlude. Which we're going to learn in the extra jazz at the end. Same chords, yeah, simple as that. Okay, so our structure is all about groups of 2, really. We've got our intro, and then we do a double chorus followed by the interlude. Then we have a double verse, a double chorus, and another interlude. And then we have another double verse and another double chorus. And then we go into our outro, no interlude, which is one verse, which is kind of like a the spoken lyrics in there. It all gets a little bit more wishy-washy, and then we go into a fade out, which we can't do on the piano, over like special, someone special, all right, kind of vocal ad lib. I would recommend after you've done the last verse, this year, maybe next year, I'll give it to someone special. D, the root chord. Okay, so the first bit of jazz we're going to talk about is for this intro. Now, on the chord sheet, we've got some rather complicated looking chords. I wanted to make sure that they were correct, but really what I want you to think about is the pattern based on our fundamental chords. How are we varying those up in order to get these new, this new little riff? So the first thing I want you to think about is, instead of your left hand is still going D, B minor, E, A. So we can keep that in mind, same pattern, right? Your first chord is actually going to be an A over a D. Now, for those of you who've not been here before, slash chord is a chord with your right hand, in this case A, and your left hand bass note is D. Now, for your first 2 positions, you're going to have this pattern. And that is what we call parallel motion. It means we're looking for da 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 da, same, down, 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 up, down, down, right? And as long as both of them do that and keep in this D major key signature, which remember has C sharp and F sharp, then hopefully we can't go too far wrong, right? This thumb remains static. There's your first move, right? Over D. I'm calling this one B minor 7 over D. Now, for your second part of this riff, we can actually keep our fingers in the same position, just do exactly the same. Yeah, so that, simple, just change our bass note to a B and play exactly the same riff there. And then we're going to go up to an E minor. Now it was here, right? This is our second chord of this little pair, right? You see it says B sus4 add 9, it says E sus4 add 9 over, and then we go to E minor. This is your resolution of chord, right? And the first chord is just, again, we're just moving up. We're doing the same pattern. Yeah, same thing, just realizing that we're starting with, and the lowest point of that pattern. And the last one, we're going to go to a D over A. Remember, your left hand is D, B, E, A, so we're at the end, and then you're just going to have a D, which resolves really nicely to an A in root position. Stretch up, stretch down. One more time, goes. Now, you could use those chords during the verse as well to make it a little more interesting. So, for instance, you might go, last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I gave it to someone special. You know, just to vary up those verse chords a little bit. It actually goes on all the way through. Okay? Now, the very last thing we need to know is this. Okay, now, here's how we're going to do it. We're starting D chord in root position, D, F sharp, A. And the top note there is an A. And that's the beginning of your interlude melody. A, octave, right, easy. Walking up the scale. And then skip down to the B. Easy to remember because we're on a B chord there. Now, for this bit, I want you to think about playing alternate notes. B, D, F sharp and A. It actually gives us a B minor 7 chord. But really, if you can just see that gap, which is skip one, play one, skip one, play one, skip one, play one all the way to the top. Those are your next 4 notes. Backwards. And in fact, we're skipping another one as well. So we're going to go skip one, play one, skip one, play one, skip one, play one, skip one, play one. There we go. And that's where we'll land on the E. Yeah? So let's go back to the beginning. D chord, octave down, scale. Get down to B, because that's our chord now. Skip and play one. There you go. Do the same, but we're going to start on the B. B, G, E, C sharp, A. And that is our last chord, A, right? Always just skipping a note, playing a note, skipping a note, playing a note. It gives you A, F, F sharp, D, B, G. B, G, E, C sharp, A. Right, all together. Is try and put in some extra chords to go with that, right? So for instance, we're starting on a D. B minor chord, B at the top, D F sharp. Now E minor. Go at that. Okay, very simple in its simplest form. Lots of stuff to have a go at to keep you busy. Any questions, comments, Stick them in the comments below. That's what that's for. And I will see you in the next video.